Just shoot for the stars. If it feels right, then aim for my heart.
It's been my pleasure to meet many of David's family members, his dad Jimmy, little sister Mahalia. You've met them as well, but I have to say that I hadn't met his mum Judy, and now that situation has been remedied.
Hello, Sonia.
How do you feel being
I'm
here?
so excited to be here. I'm a little bit nervous. It feels like a dream. I mean, I'm so used to just watching the show at home, so it's very strange to be here.
Do you watch every day?
Every day, every day.
You tune in to see your son David?
Yes.
And have you been on TV before?
No. Well, actually, look, yes, I lie. Look, I nearly got on the last round to be on Pick-a-Box with Bert and Patty. Do you remember Pick-a-Box? That was on, it was just before Arthur C. Clarke's World of Mystery. Fabulous show. They should bring that back here.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
You'd be wonderful in that show.
Maybe they will bring it back. You never know. There is a bit of a resemblance between you and David, isn't there?
Thank you.
But then a lot of people say that David looks like his dad. So tell us how you met David's dad, Jimmy Barnes.
Well, it's a funny story. My dear friend, Kathy Keane, she's dead. She got us tickets to go see Judith Durham and the Seekers, and we were very excited, so we got down there early. We got right down the front, and it was very loud. Very loud show.
For the Seekers.
Very loud show
Yes.
for the Seekers. And they finished and they hadn't even sung Georgie Girl. And so I was livid and I turned to Kathy Keane, dead, and said that, you know, we should go and complain. So I went backstage and I came out pregnant. I mean, it turns out it was a cold chisel show.
Right.
And also, apparently, I'm not the only poor soul that's happened to at a cold chisel show.
No, well, I was going to say, should it be David Moss, perhaps?
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I knew where I went. I don't know what you're intimidating.
Not Tucker's daughter.
I don't like that sort of language.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Campbell. You must be very proud of David, though. He's done well, hasn't he?
Oh, I'm so proud of him. We are all so proud. He has a wonderful life. He has the most beautiful family, and for many decades we thought he was gay. And to be honest with you, Sonia, until I held that beautiful little grandson of mine in my arms, the jury was still out, but you could see some photos of him because
yes, that was a lovely picture.
He just, well, it was all about his hair as a child. And look at him there. I mean, you can tell why we thought he was camp. And I want to thank all of you here for taking such good care of him, because I know oh, look at him there.
Oh,
look at him there.
Little stubbies? Is he wearing stubbies?
He's wearing stubbies, he's wearing thongs, and his daddy's cold chisel t-shirt because he hated the band, but he loved the merchandise. He was such a little show queen.
He's quite loud on our show.
Very loud.
Was he like that as a child? Was he loud?
He was always very loud, he was very demanding. I mean, he was 7 pounds at birth.
Right.
He was 3 weeks late, and they come out a little furry like that.
Furry?
Little furry, a little bit too much hair on the back and arms when they've been there in the oven too long, you know. But sometimes, yeah, and he was loved, but he was awesome. Just a lovely little child. Fed a lot, as you can see. Thank goodness I kept my figure.
You did, indeed.
He fed until he was 4, greedy little bugger.
Bitty.
Indeed, you weird girl.
You are going to be joining us for the rest of the show, aren't you,
Can
Mrs.
I?
Campbell? Oh, it would be lovely to have
wonderful.
you. Now, and while you're here at Channel 9, is there anybody in particular that you'd like to meet?
Well, can I be honest? I'd love to meet Karl Stefanovich.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always had...
It's actually Stefanovic.
Stefanovic? Good, because I've always had the biggest crush on him. I mean, I always wake up with today just to watch Karl.
All right.
If you know what I mean.
Well, I tell you what, we'll see what... I'll speak to the control room and various people.
Really? Is he still here?
Yeah, I think he's generally sort of lurking around, so I'll see what I can do about getting him...
Oh, how wonderful.
So he can meet. Now, earlier on the show, Judy confessed she has a bit of a crush on Karl Stefanovic.
Just a bit.
We have managed to hunt him down for a chat. Good to see you, Karl.
And you had to hunt me down. I was gone. It's a Friday, but then I saw you and you were like a vision.
Well, Karl, can I just say, on behalf of myself and women in Australia who wake up to you, you are more handsome in real life. How do you stay in such good shape? Do you run? I mean, is it sit up? When you do it, do you wear short shorts?
I think Mrs. Campbell would say, do you work out, Karl? Do you...
Look at him, he's teasing me with those ankles down there. I'm a calf man myself,
I think
Sonia.
you're making him a little bit nervous, Mrs. Campbell.
I've not made a man blush like that since '84. His name was Andre. He was a taxi driver. I got to meet your co-host, Lisa Wilkinson from The Today Show, and she's so glamorous. But have you ever thought about upgrading to a more, you know, fuller, matronly woman? I mean, I also noticed the cup size a little less. You're sweating. Are you okay, dear boy?
I'm feeling a bit of pressure.
Is it those Italian jeans?
It is, yes. Listen, I think you are quite the sort, as they used to say before this political correctness.
Crumpet.
No, I haven't thought about anyone else until now. Until now.
See?
You have
Never had one lesson.
it's quite remarkable skin.
It's beautiful skin. I mean, I've had... Look, I won't lie. There's some nipping, there's some tucking, there's some things that have been pushed into this face over the years. You can only imagine. But you've got a reputation as a bit of a party boy, especially after that stage you got yourself into the Logies. Now, how does your wife cope with stuff like that? How does she cope with
She
that?
doesn't.
She doesn't?
She
Do you
doesn't
get in trouble?
Well, oft.
Oft?
Oft.
He's Shakespearean. How oft?
Quite an oft.
Quite oft.
Quite oft.
Your wife is Carrie, Tessie?
Kaz.
Whatever.
Cassie.
She's a very lucky woman, let's be honest. She's so lucky. Does she know how lucky she is?
I don't think so. I think that you should probably say how lucky she is, because
Let me speak to her.
I'm ignored.
Tessie? Cassie? Cass. He is... No words. Describe. No words.
You can't.
Sometimes Karl does upset you, doesn't he?
Well, he's so kind-hearted, but then sometimes that little Ben Fordham boy, your collegiate colleague, you know, when he stitched you up with that hot chili pie, I mean, I've not seen you sweat like that since, well, now.
Today.
Yeah, absolutely. But were you okay after that? I mean, that was a look at it here.
I haven't been the same since. It was very mean of him, because he had a normal pie and I had a very hot chili pie.
But
and
you are a hot chili pie, Karl. He's just making eyes at me. I need you to know at home that he's just making eyes at me.
Let's switch places so you can get closer to Karl. I think that's probably a good idea.
I'm starting to cramp up.
There we go.
What size shoe are you?
Wow. I hadn't noticed before, but...
Oh, yeah, I know. 4 years of feeding David. Now... You've done...
4 years.
4 years. He was a latcher, Karl. He was a latcher. He latched on, he never let go. I don't know if you've noticed that here, but that's what he's like. He'll latch on and not let go. You deserve something, a medal or something for having him. Certainly pushing him out the way I did. He was 7 pounds.
7 pounds isn't big.
Well,
he had a big head.
I'm
though.
not big.
He had a big head, though.
He still does have an enormous head. Now, you've done so many amazing interviews over the years. I'm thinking of that. What's that lovely priesty man with the bald head?
The Dalai Lama?
Correct, him, the Lama man.
Yes.
You did that Lama man. I mean, that must have been a highlight. There he is, the Lama boy. What is he like?
He was good. He was very spiritual and...
Are you a spiritual man?
I can be.
Wow. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either.
For the right amount of money, I think I'll say.
Oh, I see. Well, that's the church, isn't it?
What? Coming on here and getting attacked by Sonia.
I know. Look,
can you defend me, please?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here
Why
quietly.
would you do this to our Karl? He is a nation's treasure.
Sorry.
Put your foot up here.
Sorry.
Put your foot up. See? This is what happens to people who are nice to me.
I'm not sure that...